is CNN Breaking News.
Good evening, and welcome to CNN Cell News Network,
the most trusted name in cellular research.
In today's episode, we'll be discussing the evil, the tyrannical, the menacing, and the oppressive nucleus.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new culprit out there, and it's the nucleus. You know that government that's trying to control our lives? We found something even worse than that. That's right, it's the nucleus. The nucleus, it houses all of our genes and all of our chromatin, the essential makeup of our entire body. Controls all of our functions, controls our daily lives. And you know what? That restricts all of our freedom. It's terrible. When you say freedom, you are not saying nucleus. They are not the same word.
Yeah, definitely, George. There's a reason that the first two letters of nucleus are no. One of the most disturbing issues we're noticing lately on this topic is the cause of spinal muscular atrophy. Now that's a pretty big word, especially for someone like myself.
Yeah, I don't think I could say that at all.
Yeah, that's a real big word. So essentially what happens with that is that the mutated genes in the nucleus produce mutated proteins. This eventually gets into the production of your muscles, degrades them just terribly,
Yep,
George.
the neurons that make up your muscles, they become warped just as the proteins that create them become warped. Each of those individual cells, they can't go through their functions, and it just renders your muscles and your spinal cord useless.
And you know, that's what I've been saying for years. When all the power's in one entity like that, you're gonna have systematic issues like these.
Yep, there is no checks and balances with the nucleus. Once one thing gets ruined, he lets everything get ruined. It's just awful.
And you know what else, George? One word, aging.
Aging, it's been plaguing our society ever since the dawn of time.
Ever since Kermit was a tadpole.
And you want to know who's responsible for the aging in our cells as our bodies get older? That's right. It's the freaking nucleus.
That freaking nucleus.
I know, he's terrible, man. And you don't want to know how he does it? So, once the nucleus...
Did you just assume it's gender?
Well, you know what? That's what we do on Cell News Network here. Once the structure of the nucleus becomes distorted, as you saw with spinal muscular atrophy, it affects everything down the line. And eventually, once these genes become warped, they lead to the signs of aging, the deterioration of tissues, the inability of our motor functions to work as they had in the past. Those are all the things that in aging that just ruin our lives.
You know, you're smarter than you look, George.
Just slightly. Well, after all that lovely ranting, we're going to bring you to our reporter in the field, Johnny.
That means we're going to bring you to our reporter in the field, Johnny.
I'm getting too old for this.
Johnny boy. Jeez, Johnny, what you doing back there, bud?
Wow, George, those are some dark clouds coming in. Reminds me of the nucleus's oppressive grip on our lives.
Well, I don't think that's a microphone you got there, pal.